right, I think right off the bat we can just say that this is an interesting game. It's a video like I didn't expect this when I saw it. First of all, I didn't expect it to be a horror game because then I would have put it on the list to begin with. But I thought it was just going to be like some. Well, I guess it is a weird, wacky game. What? Stop making sounds. But I didn't know they would start making random sounds in the background there. I'm just gonna skip through it real quick. Obviously I was expecting it to be like a bit of a weirder game, but I wasn't really expecting this, which I don't really necessarily know what this is, I guess. There we go. This does feel like one of those cult classic games that people play, and then they. I think this game belongs in two very, very firm boxes, where I would probably be a little bit between. But it's a game where you play this and you obsess over it. You play this and you can't stop thinking about it. You keep playing it over and over again, getting all the little details, finding all the clues, talking with people about it, like thinking about it all the time. Or you're in the box where you're just like, I don't care. I think those two columns are pretty firmly for this game. With some people like myself in the middle, where you're just like, oh, that was cool. But this feels like one of those games that that you can get really, really invested in, and probably get a lot of value for that investment too, in terms of like things that are to find out and things you can learn and stuff like that, which is cool. I think right off the bat, from a story perspective, I said this multiple times during the playthrough, but like it's gonna go over my head. I'm not super good at like analyzing stories or getting it in cases like this, and I don't think I get this completely. I get that it's supposed to be a confusing narrative, and that it's supposed to be some like some concepts between like what's going on, what's actually happening, what's actually real, what isn't real. Are we fighting demons? Is John Ward just a crazy person? And I guess depending on if some of the endings are supposed to be canon or if it's all supposed to be kind of like a little bit up in the air, it doesn't really change much for me, I guess. But I do think that's a very interesting concept that they've gone with, which is this kind of like it feels pretty supernatural, but it isn't necessarily supernatural, which is cool. And I really liked the different endings. I think they added a lot to the game. Sometimes different endings can feel very pointless, but in this they felt worth doing, which is why I went back and actually got to the last two endings for the chapter 3, right? Despite feeling like not really doing that at all, because I knew it would take a lot of time. Like that took us an hour and a half or more, maybe 2 hours to get an additional ending. But I think that was actually worth it. Like I actually liked that, which was cool. That was a very, very worth it ending to get. And I can imagine that if you're like, I don't have the patience for it. I don't care about the game enough. But if you do care about the game enough to just try to get those endings yourself without like reading up on it, probably a lot of content and a lot of like fun to be had in this game, which is really, really cool. Gameplay perspective, like the gameplay is fine. It's a little bit of a whatever burger. It does have the cool gameplay mixed with the story elements, where you're constantly thinking about like, what can I do differently here in order to get different endings? With the problem that I mentioned earlier on being that it's kind of hard to know in games like this how obscure they're going to be. Where mine is going like 100 miles an hour. Like, okay, what if I do this or that and then do this and then I do this and I talk to that person and do this with that person, don't pick up this thing. You know, I'm thinking like, what if I don't pick up any notes? Is that going to be an ending? Is there a no note ending? Is there an ending for doing this, for that? Is there like a pacifist run? Can I do a run without killing anyone? Like, all of these are crazy ideas that don't necessarily lead anywhere, because it's always hard to know where the boundaries are set. Like, what is the boundary for getting these endings? What exactly do you have to do? And that's cool if you want to play it a lot. It's not that cool if you just want to kind of try to get the endings without playing the game 16 times. I think most of these are pretty achievable. I would say, yeah, I would say they're pretty achievable without doing anything too special. I guess the hardest ending for me in this would probably be the ending 1 in chapter 2. Just because you need to do none of the prerequisites for the thing and then have Amy live, or I don't remember. I just remember it being a little like if you do one of the side objectives, you automatically lock yourself into an ending. So then you could like get the wrong. You could learn the wrong lesson from letting her die or letting her live, I guess. The art style is great. It does an insane job of capturing the aesthetic of the game, creating these really airy environments while also being very not necessarily like livid, but feeling very very three-dimensional almost. Like it feels like you're moving through really real areas. When everything is just almost like a line, basically, right? And the characters feel real too, which is cool and pretty distinctive. And I did like how well animated, or what you want to say, the cutscenes were. Like those are really cool. I like those. The music too is great. Does a great job of building atmosphere. And I would say the game is scary, but it's mostly just kind of like intriguing. It does have some scary moments. It does have some kind of horror moments. And the boss fights too. Were cool. Some of them were really hard, some of them were kind of easy. Like that ending boss fight was actually pretty difficult, which is cool. It's cool that a game like this makes content that is actually hard. It's not supposed to be something that you just kind of rush through and without any challenge. It's an actual challenge. And some people might not even be able to do that for last fight because there's just too much stuff happening at once. So that's cool. I do think, from a negative perspective, I do think when you're telling obscure narratives like this, it can be hard to engage with them. Like I still have a very very limited idea of what was actually happening in the game, and I did enjoy kind of going through it and reading the notes and stuff. And I guess bonus point to the game, the notes were succinct and short, which is great. That's always great. A lot of the times, the games like this can fall into the trap of having like notes that are 600 pages long, and you just stop caring halfway through. But all the notes were great. Some of them seem very obscure on how to find them, because I obviously didn't find all of them. I think I probably got like 70-80% or something like that. But yeah, I think chapter 1 was the best chapter for me. I think chapter 3 is better generally speaking, but I do really like chapter 1 having 5 endings and then having you be able to get those all from the last checkpoint. I do kind of wish that the last 2 chapters, or chapter 2 and 3, did that as well, just because that felt like a very cool, engaging experience. I felt like I go in, there's a gun there, I can like shoot things with the gun, and I can kind of learn and figure that out myself. Compared to chapter 2, which was about 30 minutes, I think, if you rush through it, and chapter 3, which is like 2 hours if you rush through it, where it didn't feel like I had the patience to go through, 30 minutes, see if I can get a new ending, 30 minutes see if I get a new ending, 30 minutes if I get a new ending, and for chapter 3, 2 hours get a new ending, 2 hours get a new ending, 2 hours get a new ending. That just felt like it was a little bit too much, I guess. They don't even say, I think chapter 1 is the only one that says like ending 1 out of 5 or whatever too, right? I think chapter 2 and 3 just say like ending, you got ending. Yeah, I think the game is good, but I do think it has a very niche appeal. I think that, like I said, I think this is the type of game that either you love it or you don't care much about it, which we'll probably reflect when we judge the game. Faith, the Unholy Trinity. I even said this as big. I guess we need our citizens. It looked cool. I mean, it looks pretty cool for sure. All right, on our scale, 10 is a floated masterpiece. That's where some people might put this. 9, everyone should play this. 8, great experience, worth playing. 7, good, play if it sounds fun. And 6, alright, play if you like the genre. 5 is average. 1 to 4 is avoid its locals. Where some people might put this game. I have a hard time with this one. It was good. It was decent time. But I'm the only place where I would be struggling a little bit with this game is like, do I think this game is going to leave like a lasting impact on me personally? Probably not. Do I think I could recommend it to people? Oh yeah, 100%. So I think we're putting this in the 7s. I think the 7 is a good position for this. I think it's better than, I think it transcends whatever genre you would call it. I think it transcends that, so I would definitely put it above like a genre game. And I would recommend some people play this probably, but not everyone. So I think the 7 is a good spot for it, though I don't know where in the 7s. Do I lean more towards great experience worth playing or play if you like the genre? I think I'm pretty straight down the middle. We'll land at like a 7.5 for Fate the Unholy Trinity. I think it's a pretty fair score for it. I think it's right between a game that I would be like, hey, you should play this. It's good, and something where I'm like, oh, you like these kind of weird, wacky horror thriller games? Well, oh, you should definitely give this a try then. So I think a 7.5 is a pretty good score for this. Let's see how much time it took us to play. Faith, the Unholy Trinity. 11.3 hours, so a little bit over the average. And the Metacritic rating. Isn't this enough to... How many do they need? I mean, after 4... Oh, they need 4 more reviews. Well, that sucks. Well, that's an 8.5 from users, so... Alright, cool. We finished this on... What's the date today? It's the... 4 AUG. 4 AUG 2024. Oh. Alright, that's gonna be the end to our Faith Thoughts review, whatever you wanna call it. Oh, we still gotta put it on the this thing. Faith, the Unholy Trinity. I'll probably put this like here between the Witch's House and the Yakuza 5. I don't know where the score actually is, but we can go look at that in a second. I think maybe above Yakuza 5, honestly. Actually, yeah, I think I would put that above Yakuza 5. I don't know though. The Haruka parts in Yakuza 5 were pretty good. I think we'll keep it there. We'll keep it between the Witch's House and Yakuza 5. Let's see where it is actually. Let's see where it actually belongs. Where is Yakuza 5? Oh god, it's not on the list. I don't. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, it says the 7. Okay, so this should have been higher than Yakuza 5. Maybe I'm looking back at this a little bit too fondly right now, but I mean, fair enough. It's one above where it should be, I guess. Alright, video gamers. That's gonna be it for me today. Lord appreciate everyone. Hope everyone had a great video gaming time. I enjoyed myself. I'll be back regular time on Tuesday, sorry. 17:00 Northern time, 5 p.m. GMT plus 2. Schedule is on its remote time, so this is a different game, but we are going to be spinning the wheel for one last time before we do some planned stuff. So we have a bunch of games on the wheel here. Some of them are 30 minutes long, some of them are 20 hours long. So we'll spin the wheel. Depending on what we get, we'll play that, and then we're going to jump into the Elden Ring DLC. So might be Elden Ring DLC on Tuesday, might be Elden Ring DLC on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't really know yet, but that's the plan. I'm gonna head over to, I think Motus is streaming today, hopefully. Maybe a question mark. He is. He's streaming Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. If it lands on Golem, then it's Elden Ring a week later. Oh god, please don't land on Golem. If you are new here, feel free to follow the stream, join the Discord, all that good stuff. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Here we're gonna head over to Mottes. Here's a raid and a raids. This is Logan. He's a dog. I'm gonna give him a treaty treat for free. Such a good dog. He's such a little good popper. What's his popper? Dat was juist. Dat was juist. Dog. De flinket. Huh? Heel vriendje. Heel vriendje. Tak. Oh, that was a good stream. I had hoped we'd get to spin the wheel today, but I'm glad I gave this the time that it deserved. That I didn't just rush through it because I wanted to spin the wheel, which has kind of been like the struggle a little bit through some of these games. Where it's like I do really like spinning the wheel, but also we do have to give the games a little bit of justice. Better than spinning and only playing half an hour of of course, yeah. I'm not that would have been bad. If he could get like an hour out of it, I probably would have done it. But anyway, thank you for being here. I'll be back in a couple days. Have a great Sundays. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Keep fighting foes. Bye bye.